All right, let's take a look at another example of illustrating a one-step equation as we solve it. I'd like to remind everyone that this is not a fast process. In fact, if you look over my shoulder here at the problem 3x equals 12, most of you probably already have an answer in your head. It's not hard. However, the important thing is that we get practice at the process. Because as we move through this curriculum, these problems are going to get harder. And this process is what's going to be the key to success. So we're going to continue to focus on the easy problems and the more complicated procedure. So that when we get to the hard problems, we have the tools ready to take us in. So we start off with 3x equals 12. Let's go ahead and draw a picture of this. On one side of my scale, I'm going to have 3 boxes. Because I tend to bump close to the top of my page here, I'm drawing them as though it was a balance in chemistry as opposed to 2 hanging balances. It doesn't really matter to me which way you go. Now, on one side of the equation, I have 3 boxes, or 3x. On the other side of the equation, I have 12. Okay, let's go ahead and draw the 12 plus signs. Because 12 is an even multiple, it's pretty easy to draw. I'm going to go 3 over and 4 down. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. There we go. I now have 3 unknown boxes equaling 12 items. The question remains, how much is in one of those boxes? What value of x is going to make this a true statement? If I were to replace each of these boxes with some number of plus circles, how many plus circles would I have to put in each box? All of these are different ways of asking the exact same question that this algebra represents. So, let's proceed. It's a one-step equation, so I only need to do one thing to get x by itself. In this case, that's divide both sides by 3. Division is the opposite of multiplication. Or, when I look at my picture, how do I change this pile of boxes in order to be sure there's only one box over here? Well, I'm going to be cutting the number of boxes by 1/3. I'm going to divide the number of boxes I see by 3. So I'm going to be removing 2/3 of the boxes, leaving me 1 box on this side of the scale. On this side of the scale, which balances, I have to do the same thing. In other words, I have to take this collection of numbers, these circles, and I want to reduce it by a factor of 3. I want 1/3 of what's left. So I know if I were to take this and remove 2/3, that's going to leave me 4 circles. And I can see that in my picture. I can see what I have done as I've stepped through here. So, let's do the algebra now. I'm going to divide both sides by 3. 3x divided by 3 equals 12 divided by 3. The 3's cancel, leaving me x. 12 divided by 3 is then 4. I can see my algebra matches my image. What did I do here? I divided both sides by 3. That was what happened stepwise. So I have algebra, English, visual. So now what we can do is we can check this. Let's check it first algebraically. So I want to take the 4 and plug it in for x. 3 times 4, does that equal 12? It does. it checks out. So now in English, I'll go ahead and I'll write when x equals 4, the equation 3x equals 12 is true. Because that's what I'm trying to find, the value that makes this true. So when x equals 4, the equation 3x equals 12 is true. Lastly, I'm going to illustrate this. Going back to my original picture, if I were to replace each of those boxes with 4 circles, would I have a balanced scale? Well, this top box will be 4 circles, 2, 3, 4. This box would be 4 circles. And this box is going to be 4 circles. Does that balance the 12 I have over here? One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, and 12. 12 balances 12. And I can see my initial 3 boxes. So I can see the problem unfolding visually as well as unfolding abstractly in the algebra with my words explaining step by step what's happening. The most important thing to be working on through this section is not getting an answer of x equals 4. It's getting in the habit of writing down what's happening step by step and using the illustrations as a tool to help yourself proceed. Go ahead and take one more look. Make sure your notes match mine. We'll take a look at one more example before we call it a night.